let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. There's storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Let's start the show. Youth on the go. Let's start the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Vaughn Radio's Facebook Live and YouTube channels, and welcome to another edition of Youth on the Go here on Vaughn Radio. Every Saturday morning, we're here with you. We have opportunities, we have activities. Of course, we're just sharing with you and educating you. I'm Zanella Claxton from the Department of Education, and at the top of the show, I just want to let you know that DeAndre is not here with us this morning. I understand he had a wealth of information and stories he wanted to share. There's nothing like a DeAndre story, but he will not be able to make it with us this week. So hopefully he can make it in the studios with us next week. Of course, we all know this is a very long weekend. For some people, it will be a very long, restful weekend, and for some, it will be a long, restless weekend because some persons just will not be sleeping. But we wish everybody a safe and a productive festival season, and make sure that you remain, that you take care of yourself as much as you possibly can. Last week, we started off with our back to school giveaway. We wanted to make sure that our students have as many little supplies as possible, and we started off with some notebooks. We're going to continue today, so get your children lined up, get them tuned in. We want to give away a few notebooks this morning as well, so that as I said last week, by the end of the summer you should have enough that your parents don't have to purchase them for you. So please stand by for that. I think that most of the camps are on hold for this week, so the students won't be involved in camps, but I want to encourage you to encourage them to continue to be engaged in productive activities. All right, so with that said, today's a big day, and apparently DeAndre really wanted to talk about the food fair today. I don't know if you remember how much he talked about the food last year, and he's always enthused when it comes to food. And so we're going to start off the first couple of questions will be in some way, shape, or form related to food, and then we will continue with other questions which are related to other things, all of which are associated with Nevis, with the Federation, with our history, with our culture, as far as possible, because it's important for our children to know who we are as a people. Outside of the set festival, we want to know who we are as a people. What makes us, what makes each person a division, what makes us a people of the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. And so we're going to try to focus in on that some more today. And so I hope everybody's ready. Last week I realized I forgot to give the call-in numbers, and so I'm going to give those at the beginning. So if you have the answer, you are expected to call 469-1616, 469-1700. That's 469-1616, 469-1700. And please make sure to remember to be polite. As far as possible, answer in a complete sentence. So it's not no, no. Not like that. We have to remember that we have to be respectful, especially as children. And so please make sure that you're responding appropriately, properly, respectfully, and politely. Okay? All right. So the first question. This food item is very popular around Easter and Culturama time. You can make it with or without coconut. It is most popularly eaten with saltfish. It in some countries it is baked, and in some countries it is fried. This food item is very popular around Easter and Culturama time. You can make it with or without coconut. It is popularly eaten with salt fish. In some countries it is baked, and in others it is fried. We have a caller on the line.
Good morning.
Good morning. And how are you today?
Good.
Wonderful. All right. Remember, we're trying to respond in complete sentences, okay? All right. So, do you have the answer for me?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
You have the answer for me?
Yes.
Okay. What is the answer?
Conky.
Conky. We are not quite there. You're going to have to call back, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right. So, okay, we have another caller. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Is it plantain?
I'm sorry, it's not plantains. Thank you very much for calling. And I forgot to give two more guidelines. One, that you should be a student because you're getting you're getting books for back to school. And two, you can only call in one time each week. All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Good.
Wonderful. All right. Do you have the answer for me?
Johnny Cake.
Johnny Cakes. What's your name?
Tajon David.
Tejon David. Tejon, you're early. All right. Good job, Tejon. Are you going to the food fair today?
Yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. What are you going to eat when you get there? Do you know what you want yet?
Johnny Cake and chicken.
Johnny Cake and chicken. Well, okay, wonderful. You want your chicken fried or barbecued or baked? Which one?
Barbecue.
Okay, then I hope that you get what you want. Okay, Tejon?
Yes.
Okay, and ask Mommy if she can collect your book. Here it is.
Okay.
Before 10 o'clock, okay?
Okay.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so that answer was Johnny Cakes. It was a little bit more difficult than I anticipated. I thought that in some countries it is baked and in some countries it's fried. But the Johnny Cake is very popular during the food fair time, very popular during Easter, and of course throughout the year. Everybody loves their Johnny Cake. And so Tejon David is our first winner, and he won a notebook to take to school with him in September. All right? We're going to take a short break because it is 9:15 and we'll be right back.
Sugar City St. Kitts. Keep it sweet. Keep listening to Vaughn.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past this quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's Youth on the Go. Youth on the Go. Whoa, let's start the show. Oh, Youth on the Go. Whoa, let's start the show. Whoa, let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. There's storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Let's go.
Let's go. Good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Vaughn Radio's Facebook Live and YouTube channels. Welcome to another edition of Youth on the Go. We are on the go this morning. We're giving away some notebooks so that our students can be ready for back to school. And of course, if you want to contribute to this and you want to give us some items to give away to the students, you can feel free to do so and make contact with me, and it will be a privilege and a pleasure for me to share whatever you have with the students as well. I am Zanella Claxton from the Department of Education, and we are here with you every Saturday. We want to make sure our children and our young people are equipped and they have all the opportunities and activities, and this Saturday is no different. It has been an eventful week, and it will continue to be an eventful weekend. And then, of course, we know that Monday and Tuesday are public holidays, so most of us don't have to go out to work on those days. But we want to encourage you to continue to be safe and stay safe during the course of the several activities which will be happening over the next few days. Just before the break, we were giving out prizes, or we started to give out prizes. We gave out our first prize this morning. It went to Tejan David, and we were talking about a food item that's popular with or without coconut, and it can be baked or fried, and that food item was the Johnny cake. In some countries they call it bakes. I went to Trinidad, and they have bakes and shark. They make a huge flat Johnny cake, and they put fried shark. They cut it and put fried shark in it, and that's one of their popular dishes. Everybody who goes to, that's one of the two things that people ask you to when you go to Trinidad to make sure that you get. But we have our very own Johnny cakes, and we use it for most part with saltfish, and Tejan likes it with barbecue chicken. So I'm hoping that he gets that today. We have another question, so tune in. Remember, each person can call in one time. This delicious stew is a tasty combination of meat and selected vegetables. It goes well with garlic bread, and it will be available today at the food fair at somewhere, or many places, many stalls at the food fair. This delicious stew is a tasty combination of meat and selected vegetables. It goes well with garlic bread, and as I said, it will be available today at the food fair. One stall, many stalls. I think I want some right now. I made myself very hungry by even reading this one. This delicious stew. I know everybody out there knows it, because every time I read it, I can taste it. This delicious stew is a tasty combination of meat and selected vegetables. It goes well with garlic bread, and it can be found today somewhere, many places, at the food fair. Do we have a caller on the line? Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Goat Water.
Good morning. Okay, the answer is goat water. What is your name?
Sienna Claxton.
Sienna, is it?
Yeah.
Can you spell it for me, please?
Tionna.
Claxton?
Yes.
Okay. And what grade are you in?
I'm going kindergarten.
Okay, this does not sound like a kindergartner's voice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping that you're not trying to be dishonest, but Tiana, you have a very mature voice, and so you will have to collect your notebook before 10 o'clock, okay? Come to Vaughn Radio and collect your notebook before 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. This is a good one. This vegetable is embedded in Nevis's history, and you always hear it associated with the village of Rollins. It is a green, round vegetable. It is used to make pies, soups, or some persons just boil it or roast it and eat it just like that. This vegetable is embedded in Nevis's history, and we often hear it associated with the village of Rollins. It is a green, round vegetable. It is used to make pies, soups, or some persons just boil it or roast it and eat it just like that. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you doing today?
Good.
Wonderful. Do you have an answer for me?
Yes.
What is the answer?
Breadfruit.
The answer is breadfruit. What's your name?
Eden Howell.
Say it again for me, please.
Eden.
Oh, Eden Howell.
Yes.
Okay. And Eden, are you going to the food fair?
Yes.
What are you going to get from the food fair?
Chicken.
What kind of chicken?
Fried.
Fried chicken?
Yes.
Do you like Johnny cakes as well?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. All right, Eden, can you get to the studio before 10 o'clock this morning? Can your parents get to the studio before 10 o'clock on radio? Can you find out?
No.
They can't? Okay, I'm going to let you, hang on a second. I'm going to let you go over to Melissa, and she's going to take your parents' contact, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so breadfruit, you know, we always hear a lot of positive things about the breadfruit, and so it is a vegetable synonymous with Gingerland, synonymous with Rollins. It is believed that it is one that gives a lot of energy and stamina, and people, when you think of athletes running long distance, you always hear them saying, oh, that person must eat a lot of breadfruit. And so the breadfruit was one of the staples or starches that the slaves had to use because it kept them full for a long time. And of course, it is part of who we are as a people. And so that answer was correct. And congratulations to Eden Howell. Okay, next question. This one is another tasty stew. And instead of using meat, it uses a particular seafood. This one is another tasty stew. But instead of using meat, it uses a particular seafood. Do you have the answer?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you today? How are you?
Water.
Okay, the answer is conch water. Good, good. What's your name?
Malia door.
Malia Door. Malia, can your parent or somebody get to Vaughn Radio before 10 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So we want you to come over to the studio before 10 o'clock, okay?
Okay.
Wonderful. Congratulations. Malia? Malia? Hello? Are you going to the food fair today?
Yes.
What are you going to get?
Chicken.
Okay, Malia, what kind of chicken do you like? Fried chicken, baked chicken?
Barbecue chicken.
Okay, so barbecue chicken. Somebody better have some barbecue chicken today. Okay, congratulations, Malia. See you in a bit, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Wonderful. Malia is getting barbecue chicken. Tejan's getting barbecue chicken. All right, so I'm making sure I'm marking them off so that we have the notebooks here and ready. Okay. We have another question, still related to food. This flat treat uses a mixture of a local ground provision, and it also has coconut. It is somewhat sweet, but it's not complete unless it is roasted. This flat treat uses a mixture of a local ground provision and has some coconut. It is somewhat sweet, but not complete unless it is roasted. Good morning. We have a call on the line.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Wonderful. Do you have an answer for us?
Is it conch water?
Oh, we already got that answer, dear. We have a new question, okay?
Yes.
You might be, if you're listening on, I don't know if you're a little bit delayed, but listen again because we have a new question on I'm going to read it again, okay? Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay, we have a call on the line.
Cassava bread.
Good morning. The answer is cassava bread. What's your name?
Tejane Daisy.
Tejane David. Tejane, you going to the food fair as well?
Yes.
What are you going to get today?
Cook up.
Cook up. Okay, this is a new one. Good. Do you put pork in your cook up, or do you like it without pork? You just want the chicken and the rice and the saltfish?
Without pork.
Without pork. Okay. All right, Tejane. We have your book right here, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Congratulations.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye. Okay. All right. So, we have, I think we've exhausted a lot of the food items that we could find at the food fair today. Okay, next question. I think I want to put in one more for food. Okay. This food item is part of our national dish. It can also be made with or without coconut, but it has to be boiled to be complete. This food item is part of our national dish. It can be made with or without coconut, but it has to be boiled to be complete. It's an easy one. All right, good morning. Good morning. Okay, might have lost that caller. You have another caller? Good morning.
Good morning.
And how are you today?
Good.
Okay, wonderful. Do you have an answer for us?
Yes.
What is your answer?
Dumpling.
Dumplings. What is your name?
Cyprian.
Cyprian. What's your last name, Cyprian?
David.
Cyprian David. Cyprian, can someone make it to the studio before? Can you find out from Mommy if she can make it to the studio before 10 o'clock, please?
No.
She cannot? Okay, hold on one moment, okay? But before you hold on, are you going to the food fair?
Yes.
What are you going to get? What's your favorite thing to get at the food fair? Favorite food? You know what you're going to get yet?
Oh wait,
You don't know yet?
I don't think I have a favorite.
You're just going to get whatever you
I
get?
have a lot of favorites.
Lot of favorites. Okay. But do you have one that you're going to make sure that you get today? Or you don't know yet?
Huh?
What do you want from the food fair?
Ribs.
Oh my good, Cyprian, you are a high-end child. Congratulations, okay? Hold on and Melissa will get your contact information, okay? Hold on, don't hang up yet.
Okay.
All right. So Cyprian is getting ribs. That's a new one. I know that all of the children will want different things, but we've given away several notebooks for our students. They should be, see, we have a stack of them right here. So as they come to collect them, they'll be able to add to their stash and their stack for the next school year. And so we've had some wonderful participation so far, and of course we want to thank all of the children who participated. That brings our food section to an end. So when we come back from our break, we won't be talking about food, we'll be talking about a different element of our culture, of our history, or different elements of our culture and our history, so that we can share some more with you, of course, and continue to learn, grow, and appreciate who we are as a people. And so we want to congratulate all those who participated in the food questions, and after our break, we will have questions, as I said, also associated with Nevis and with our culture. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back.
When VON vibrates, the whole Caribbean must shake.
860 AM, the powerhouse.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. An hour passes quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's you on the go. Youth on the go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, youth on the go. Oh, let's start the show. Let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. There's storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Youth on the go. Whoa, let's start the show. Let's go.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Von Radio's Facebook and YouTube channels. Welcome to another edition of Youth on the Go. My name is Anola Claxon from the Department of Education. And of course, Melissa, it is the bottom of the hour, so over to you.
All right. Good morning, Zanella, and good morning to DeAndre, wherever you are, because you're not here today.
I know, right?
We miss you, and DeAndre. So good morning to you, and a special good morning, and we miss you and we love you. Going out to Lee Paris, Cambridge, right there in England. Good morning, Lee. Haven't heard from you since you got back, but let's hope that you are doing okay. And of course, positive vibes from right here on the Eastern Caribbean Spa House, from all of us here on the Youth on the Go program, and from your whole Nivision family. All right. Good morning also to Tracy and the rest of your family, your lovely kids, your beautiful daughters, your handsome son, your hubby, they're all your supportive team. Good morning to them, and keep up the good work, guys. Lee, happy Saturday. Do have a wonderful weekend.
All right, Melissa. And of course, shout out to Lee as well. We already miss you, and we miss your energy, and we just miss your presence, as Melissa said. So we're giving away a few more things.
Wait. Special happy Saturday to you, Lee, from Auntie Vanny.
Oh, I was just...
Good morning, Vanny, happy belated birthday to you. You celebrated, I think she celebrated on Wednesday.
Oh, my goodness.
So happy belated to you, Vanny. We love you as well. So good morning to you from all of us here at Von Radio and the Youth on the Go.
Now, I have a lot of making up to do, Melissa, because I missed it. Happy belated birthday, Auntie Vanny. I hope that you enjoyed your day. I know that you have you have a house full, and you have I know you're having a good time, and your heart is full too. And so happy belated birthday to you, and of course the very best and God's richest blessings for a long and productive and healthy future. All right, so this next question has two parts. It's a what am I, where am I question. I show the evolution of housing in Nevis. My property also has ruins, a beautiful pond, and backyard gardens with different kinds of plants and flowers. Melissa is stumped. I show the evolution of housing in Nevis. My property also has ruins, a beautiful pond, and backyard gardens with different kinds of plants and flowers. What am I and where am I? So you have two parts to this one, okay? Okay, let me read it again. I show the evolution of housing in Nevis. My property also has ruins, a beautiful pond, and backyard gardens with different kinds of plants and flowers. Two parts. What am I? So you have to give me the name. And where am I? We have a caller. Good morning.
Hello,
Good morning.
Heritage Village.
All right, that's the what am I? So where is the Heritage Village?
Fothergills?
Have you never heard of Fothergills? Have you ever visited? You're correct. Okay. You're correct. What's your name?
Cyprian David.
Cyprian, you can only call one time though, sweetie. You can only call one time to win one prize, okay? So even though you're correct, I can only give one prize today, okay? Have you ever been to the Heritage Village though?
No?
Okay, so make sure that you tell Mommy to take you to the Heritage Village, okay?
Okay.
Okay, wonderful. So Cyprian was correct. The Nevis Heritage Village, part of our culture, part of our history, part of who we are. It is actually run by the Ministry of Tourism, and it depicts the evolution of Nevisian social history through housing. And so you can see houses dating back to as far as the Caribbean era, and replicas of the furniture and antiques and all of that we would have had from then straight up to close enough to now as possible. And it's always a wonderful experience going to the village and getting the tours. The tour guides there are amazing, and they come to life when they talk to you about the Heritage Village and our history through housing. you actually feel their passion for who we are as a people. And that is the important thing. I think every Namibian should be able to talk about any part of our island with that level of passion, that level of pride, that level of, buying that this is part of who I am. And so if you have not done so yet, children and parents, this is summer. Remember I talk about all those wonderful activities that we should do to keep our children engaged? Well, make sure that we add that to our list of things. Take them to the Nivision Heritage Village so that they can experience a bit of our history, our heritage, our culture. And you will see some of the shops. I think there's a dwelling house, there's a shoemaker's shop. They have, as I said, the little antiques in there. You have from the one-bedroom little, I don't know what they used to call them back then, but the one-bedroom house, and then you have the house with the drop shed. Because as the parents got money, they added on. Well, this is from my tour. That's what I got from the tour, or many tours that I've done there. As a parent, they had a one little bedroom, and then as they got money, they added on another little piece and another little piece, and so they extended over time. And so the one-room house would have evolved to more rooms, and for the children to be able to have their own separate space as time progressed, because there was a time when everybody just had there was just one room for everybody to sleep in. And then the pond is absolutely beautiful. There's a hammock there. I tell people it's a place that you could go and relax and read a book if you like to read like me, unwind. If you want a staycation at a very low rate, you can spend the day at the Nivision Heritage Village, and of course the staff there will be willing to accommodate you. And so make sure that your children get to know about their history and their culture. It's very fascinating for me. And if you go in with that same energy and you tell them, because I know for most parents you would have gone through at least one of the houses throughout the evolution, you can tell them, well, my grandmother had one of those, or my mother told me that that's what she used to live in. That's what so it helps them to be connected to the past. We should never hate or be embarrassed by our history. We should embrace it, because we can always look at where we're coming from with pride and the hard work that our ancestors put in, so that we can have concrete 2-story houses, or we can have 3-bedroom houses. They had to put in a lot to lay the foundation for us. And so there is no embarrassment. There should be nothing but pride when we think about our history and where our parents used to live and the types of homes that they had. The fact that they didn't have shoes, but we have too many now. And all those things are part of our growth as a people. All right, so next question, or next place. This place dates back to the sugar era. It was constructed by enslaved Africans, and it's a symbol of their skill and their productivity. The history of this place is also linked to England's most famous captain, Admiral Lord Horatio Nelson. His wedding to Dame Fanny Nesbitt is documented there. Their wedding certificate with original signatures is proudly displayed there. What am I and where am I? 2 parts. Once again, this place dates back to the sugar era. The church was constructed by enslaved Africans, and it stands as a symbol of their skill and productivity. The history is also linked to England's most famous captain, Admiral Lord Horatio Nelson. His wedding to Dame Fanny Nesbitt is documented there. Their wedding certificate with original signatures is proudly displayed there. I know somebody's calling in. Oh, is it a tough question? It's an easy one. Okay, I want to know
you did give them a hint.
I did. What am I and where am I? Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Okay, wonderful. Do you have the answer for us this morning?
Yes.
Okay, what is the answer?
CTE Church.
Okay, do you have the official name of the church?
The Anglican Church.
Okay,
It's in John Parish.
It's in St. John's Parish?
Yes.
Okay. I will take it. It's the St. John's Anglican Church. It's also called the Fig Tree Church, and it isn't in the St. John's Parish. Do you know exactly where it is? You have any idea where in St. John's Parish it is?
Coming up church ground.
Good. So when you're heading up the church ground, it's right there. If you're coming from Charlestown, it's right there on your left. And what is your name?
Keanu Library.
Tiana?
Keanu.
Keanu. Can you spell your first name for me, please, Keanu?
Keanu.
Keanu. Okay. Keanu Library. And how old are you, Keanu?
9.
No, 9. What school do you attend?
Jason Library Primary School.
Okay. Keanu, are you going to the food fair today?
Yes.
Okay. What do you want? What are you excited about getting at the food fair?
Dancing masquerade.
You're going to dance the masquerade today?
Yes.
What? Okay. So where did you learn to dance the masquerade?
Jogging and Delhi.
Oh, nice. So kudos and congrats to the masquerade instructors at the NCDF, Duggins and of course Popular Deli. And Keanu, what food are you going to eat? Do you have any idea what food you want to buy at the food fair? You don't know? Well, when you get hungry, there's going to be so much food that you can pick whatever you want, okay?
Yes.
All right, wonderful. All right, can somebody come and get your book before 10 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phil. And know that they have to come over to Von Radio, okay?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much and have a great day.
Thank you.
Okay, good. Melissa, we don't even have somebody who's just going. We have somebody a 9-year-old who will be performing at the food fair. And of course, I forgot the performances as well. That there will be several other things happening because I'm so focused on the food. But there'll be so many things happening at the food fair outside of eating the food. And so we want to thank you, Keanu, and for everyone else who has called in so far this morning. I like to make sure that I put at least something in here that can help our younger children. And so we are going to have a question. I just have a small 8-pack of crayons, but after the break, I will give that away to a preschooler or kindergartner, but that's after we come back from the break.
From Queen City, Nevis, this is the powerhouse of the Eastern Caribbean, Von Radio.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past it quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's youth on the go. Youth on the go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, youth on the go. Oh, let's start the show. Let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. There's storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Whoa. Let's start the show. Youth on the go. Whoa. Let's start the show. Let's go.
Let's go. Good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Von Radio's Facebook Live and YouTube channels, and welcome to another edition of Youth on the Go here on Von Radio. Every Saturday morning, we try to have activities, opportunities, giveaways for our young people, our children, and of course, for the rest of the summer, we are attempting to place some notebooks and other supplies into the hands of our children so that they can be able to benefit and be ready for back to school. So the question for our student, and we need somebody who's either in preschool or kindergarten. We have an 8-pack of crayons to give away. It's a very easy question, but I wanted to make sure that we included our little ones. I want somebody who's a preschooler or kindergartner to call in and count for me from 1 to 10. That's all you have to do. Count from 1 to 10. But you make sure you have not called in before. If you've called in before, you can't win this prize, and that you're in preschool or in kindergarten from 1 to 10. I know that they can do many things. They have many skills. We learned that during the month of June, Melissa. They have more under their belts than we think of any average 3, 4, 5-year-old. But we're looking for somebody who's in preschool, kindergarten, who can count for us from 1 to 10. That's all you have to do. Very simple. And we have an 8-pack of crayons that we know you will be grateful for and that you can use for back to school. That's one thing off of your parents' list that they don't have to worry about as much. I know somebody out there can count from 1 to 10. All right. While we are waiting for someone who can count from 1 to 10, we're going to have, because I promised the preschool question. Okay. So we have one last question, or penultimate question. This estate was originally owned by the Russell family. However, due to several marriages, it became the uppermost section of the Stapleton estate, which lays between Butlers and Brickhill. It was for a time a very productive sugar estate. It is now the present site of the Nevis Prison Farm. Okay? So this estate was originally owned by the Russell family. However, through a series of marriages, it became the uppermost part of the Stapleton estate, which lay between the villages of Butlers and Brickhill. It was for a time a very productive sugar estate. It is now the present site of the Nevis Prison Farm. What are we talking about? What is it? Okay? You already know where it is. What is it? The estate was originally owned by the Russell family. However, due to several marriages, it became the uppermost part of the Stapleton estate, which is between the villages of Butlers and Brickhill. It was for a time a very productive sugar estate, and it is now the present site of the Nevis Prison Farm. What is it? So we have two questions on the table, and I know they're not tough questions. We have 10 minutes. We need somebody to count from 1 to 10. That one is pretty easy, but you have to be either in preschool or in kindergarten from 1 to 10. And then we have a question on the table. It's a historical question. You've been given a lot of information, so it should be another easy question. And so we have 2 prizes up for grabs, but we need persons to call in to share the answers so that they can win those prizes. We have 2 prizes. I don't have my prize shower this week. DeAndre would usually hold the prizes so you can see, but we have 2 prizes up for grabs, and we're waiting for somebody to call in to share with us. So somebody to count from 1 to 10, very easy, and somebody to answer this question. We have a caller on the line. Good morning.
Yes. Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't calling to ask. I don't know. I was
Okay.
calling to ask a question.
Okay. Can you call back? Is it the question? Can you call back after 10 o'clock, please? Thank you.
Well, it's about a child.
Okay. Hold
Can
on.
I give-
Hold on. We'll take you off the air. All right. We are waiting for the answers, questions, somebody to count from 1 to 10. Or, this estate was originally owned by the Russell family. However, through several marriages, it became the uppermost part of the Stapleton estate. And the Stapleton estate was between the villages of Butlers and Brickheel. It was for a time a very productive sugar estate. It is now the present site of the Nevis Prison Farm. What is it? Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Good.
Wonderful. How old are you?
Two.
You're how old? How old are you? You're 2? Okay. Or you're going on 3. Which one? You're 3. Okay, she's 3 now. You know sometimes when you're 2 and then you turn 3, you forget. Can you count from 1 to 10 for me?
1, 3.
I can't hear you. You have to count. Okay, start over for me, please.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, you have to do it for me again. Just a little bit louder. Do it in your loud voice, okay? Go ahead.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, go ahead. 1, go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Woo! Okay, what's your name? What is your name? Okay, put mommy on the phone, please.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Okay, what's her name?
Dijonais Swanston.
Dijonais Swanston. Can you spell it for me, please?
Dijonae.
Okay, Swanston?
Yes.
Okay, can somebody get to Vaughn before 10?
Okay.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. All right, so we have somebody for the next question, I'm hoping. Yes, you have a call on the line. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, hello. We might have lost that caller. If you are that caller, you can call back. We have another call on the line.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Do you have a response, an answer?
Is it Clifton Estate?
You're close, but not quite. Okay. And so keep trying. I'm going to read the clue again and see if we can get an answer before we leave here. I hate to have to leave and not have an answer. And so this estate was originally owned by the Russell family. However, through a series of marriages, it became the upper part of the Stapleton estate between the villages of Butlers and Brickheel. It was for a time a very productive sugar estate. It is now the present site of the Nevis Prison Farm. What is it? Give us the name. I know somebody knows the name. This person might know the name. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, we might have lost that caller. Didn't realize this would have been our stumper for today. I might have brought it in a bit earlier. I know everybody knows where the Nevis Prison Farm is. I'm getting to the point of giving clues because I so want to give away our last prize for today. But the estate was originally owned by the Russell family. However, because of a series of marriages, it became the upper part of the Stapleton estate. Good morning. Okay, we lost that caller as well. We have a call on the line. Good morning. Okay. We have a call on the line. Good morning. Okay, for some reason.
Hello?
Good morning. How are you?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have an answer?
Huh?
Do you have an answer?
It's Rush Rush.
Close, close. We call it Rush Rush, but do we have the actual name?
Huh?
Do you have the actual name? We call it Rush Rush locally, but do you know the actual name?
Yes.
What is it?
Rush Rush Estate.
Rush Rush Estate. Close.
St. James's.
It's in St. James's, yes. But you're close. We're very close. If you can try again, you're close. You're very close, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I know we call it Rush Rush. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you today?
I'm good.
Okay, wonderful. Do you have an answer for us?
Yes.
What is the answer?
Is it Madden's Estate?
No, it's not Madden's Estate. All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. And this, I'm going to give you a clue. The description I'm reading actually has part of the name in it. Okay? So let me read the description again. Let me make sure I'm clear. But the part of the name is in it. The estate was originally owned by the Russell family. However, through a series of marriages, it became the upper part of Stapleton Estate, which lay between the villages of Butlers and Brickhill. It was for a time a very productive sugar estate. It is now the present site of the Nevis Prison Farm. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you today?
Good.
Okay. Do you have an answer for us?
Is it Stapleton's Estate?
No, not Stapleton's
Is
Estate.
it Russell Estate?
Close. You're very close. You're like,
Is it Russell's Rest?
good. Russell's Rest. And what is your name?
Tajana David.
Tejana David. I haven't gotten you yet. Okay. Tejana David. And that is the answer, Russell's Rest. We call it Rush Rush, right? And it is located in St. James's. Congratulations, Tejana.
Thank you.
Okay. And you saved us because at the end, we thought we would have gotten to the end without the answer. You going to the food fair as well?
Yes.
What are you going to get?
Comforter.
Okay, that's one of my favorites too. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, have a great weekend.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I think that's it, Melissa. I thought that we would have had to, I don't know, that one was a stomper, but we made it. And so congratulations to all of our winners today. We had Keanu Liebert, Eden Howell, Malia Dorr, Tiana Claxton, Cyprian David, Dejane Swanston, Tejana, and Tejane David. And so we had a very productive Saturday, and we look forward to you joining us for the rest of the summer. We have to make sure that your backpacks are full, free of cost or free of charge to your parents. And so tune in and have a very enjoyable and wonderful weekend, and of course a week until we come again and join with you next Saturday.
All the beauty